why does it matter for a founder of any sort, technical or otherwise, to be good at having a human connection? And so what I mean specifically is, I could argue, and I'm going to here, you can obviously push back, that we're moving into a world where we don't need to actually be great at human connections because we have an AI connection at all times, right? I can have an AI girlfriend or boyfriend or coach, you name it. Why do I need to be any good at having a human connection when companies are getting smaller and smaller because more things either being done by AI or being delegated and outsourced? Why does a human connection matter?
Number one reason, at a lot of decision points, we still have a human mind deciding what goes forward, doesn't go forward.
What do you mean by human mind? The CEO, who happens to still be a person, is making a decision. Is that what you mean?
For example, you're trying to partner with somebody as a company, right? You're trying to enable a marketing channel. You're trying to get on the stage to promote your company. You're trying to hire a very important developer. You're trying to hire a lawyer. You're trying to negotiate a deal for your company. On the other side, you are more likely for the next couple decades, probably, I don't know for how long, but still, like, there's still a long timeline where you're still going to be interacting with a human who's going to be making decisions which will benefit or detrimentally affect your business progress. Also, innovation-wise, if you're building a commodity business, for example, if you're selling gold and you just found a different side of gold, all the channels are enabled. As long as you know how to produce gold in isolation, maybe you don't really need a lot of human interactions. But any sort of innovation requires us fitting our models of the world with those who are going to be consuming it. And that requires very thorough therapeutic psychological understanding of how other people's minds work, so you can extract that information which is important for you to build a better product.
So that's why the human connection is still important. Walk me through like the idea of like becoming better at this human conversation, right? So, many founders evolve from being a builder to a leader, but they never make the transition fully, right? To truly being a leader. Like, what is the shift required for that evolution to become a leader, not just a builder, and have that ability to lead, which is leadership is a human skill set. I don't think AIs will ever need to have a leadership skill set because the hive mind is always connected. You don't need a leader. I don't know, you go on and on, but like, how do you make that transition?
Transition implies that we're going from one state to another, and I would say there's multiple states in between. And the final state also is not defined absolutely. It's very personal. And I'll give an analogy to easier understand that. I believe any kind of development of our soft skills is more like surfing. And then what we're really perfecting is our ability to stay on the surfboard, and we really cannot control the waves which will be coming at us. And once we have that analogy, how can we practice that surfing with the least damage amount of damage to ourselves, our reputation, our businesses, so we get much better at surfing? But we also ourselves have to define what are those outcomes which are important for us. Is it how long do you stay on the trend or on the wave, or can you do special tricks? What is important for you to achieve as a leader as you're surfing that ocean of people's opinions or people's interactions? What in the end do you want to accomplish? Do you become a great actor? Do you want to become a great speaker? Do you want to embed vision in the people? Do you want people just gasp anytime you talk because of the facts that you're sharing? And it's a personal decision. But let's say any of those, becomes an outcome. Practice makes perfect. How can you find places where you can start practicing interactions with other people, driving them to a certain outcome? What are those safe places? Immediate thing which comes to mind, practical perspective, is Toastmasters, or anybody who wants to become a much better public speaker is open to the world, and you can join that club, and other people there also want to become better public speakers. You come there, and there are other people who are willing to interact with you. That'll be one of the examples of practice that if you do enough of, you become much better at that skill, and you start listening to your audience, you start presenting topics which are relevant to your audience, and you're also able to deliver those topics in the most coherent and consistent way that lands with your audience. So this is one of the reasons I named my company Human Interfaces, which is, if your background is engineering, much more understandable that between the humans, there is an interface, and we use API calls in parentheses, we use variables, we define them, we load up the overheads, we plug in the profile of the person we're looking at, and then we communicate with that overhead in mind so that the information that we're sending to the other side lands well. But we also are listening to their feedback, so we can use that feedback to build our own model of their universe so we can know what next thing to ask or to tell them.